we are building tools to make things linked and have a true ecosystem for brands to directly connect with their consumer. Because when you think how the data world is built right now, there is something that is wrong. The goal is to build something that is really customer-centric, really easy, and give to the brand the ability to earn and really leverage the community they built.
Dear crypto community, blockchain buddies across the globe, welcome back to Kryptonites, the OBS blockchain channel built with the community and for the community. And today we have another mind-blowing guest, Sarah Dian, the CEO of Loom Network, an amazing woman here in Paris. And speaking of Paris, how was the Paris Blockchain Week, Sarah?
Yeah, thank you, Alex. The Paris Blockchain Week is amazing. It's really crowded and there is a lot of innovation. You see, there was a massive acceleration in blockchain project, NFT, Web3 and so on. And here it's real. You see the people, you see what's going on, you see this innovation, the energy is really great.
It's really great.
Yeah.
It's funny, like people don't care about the prices or the markets, right?
Yeah,
Even though we're kind of going through tough
Nobody
times.
talks about that.
They don't
Nobody
care.
talks about that.
They don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
no, I don't care. We're building, we're
exactly.
changing the world.
We are building.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself, Sarah. You are one of the kind of like faces or poster girl of Paris, right? And it's great to see women CEOs. So congratulations for that. And your drive is really inspiring to me as well. Why? How did you fall in love to this space? What's your personal story?
Yeah, so in 2016, I was really, engaged in tech innovation. I've been passionate about tech, startups and so on for years. And I discovered the Ethereum community at this time. It was a really small community. And at one of the first events, I discovered people just a bit like that. So this is a business conference. It was more a technical conference at this time. And people with a lot of idea about decentralization and so on. And I was really lucky because at the same day, I had a dinner with Vitalik and Gavin Wood. And it was so crazy, to be at the table with those people and all those ideas about decentralization and so on, like the Web3, like some ideas back at this time are being real today, so in 6 years, it has been crazy. And I went back home and I said to myself, okay, those people are crazy, so different, so eclectic, and I want to do something in this industry. And I was back at this time working in digital marketing, and I had these crazy ideas that brands should be able to collaborate on a platform with their rewards to engage consumer in a better way, in a more direct way, more decentralized way. So we started to build on Ethereum. After, in 2018, we built on Cosmos to have our own layer one, the Loom Network, that we launched only last December, so a few months ago, because we wanted to have a true real-life business use case before launching. And that is what we did with a group called Skippers, which is one of the leading group in consumer engagement and reviews, like consumer feedback and so on. They process more than 30 million reviews each year, and we are building a big use case to make reviews traceable content and reward content.
That is super cool. And it's great to hear that you weren't alienated. Most women might think, but you had a warm welcome, right? You felt like this is crazy. People are nice. Let's do it, right?
Yeah. At this time, there were really few women. Now you see there are more and more women. This is awesome. I like that. But yes, people were welcoming. I mean, in every community, it's the same. Sometimes, some community. But I think the mixity is really important because we are building things for men and women. So I like that. I like to see this evolution. It's going in a great way.
It's really going a great way. And speaking of warm welcomes, I hear that Cosmos gives very warm welcomes to new projects. And obviously you had many options, right? Different layer zeros, layer one protocols.
Exactly.
Why did you end up choosing Cosmos?
So back at this time, it was now 4 years ago almost. It was really a technical choice. You know, there was no IBC. It was not no Emeris, no Osmosis. It was a really, really small community. So we decided just for the tech aspect. So my engineering team chose to build on this project. And now we are really lucky and really happy that we made the choice because the community is great. And actually, when I was in Lisbon a few months ago, I felt, you know, within the people, really technical and builders, that it was a little bit the same that I felt within the Ethereum company, the Ethereum conference 6 years ago. People that have this mindset about interoperability and building things together in the same infrastructure. I really enjoy the Cosmos community.
I just had Red on the show and he was saying, with Cosmos, when I go in, I can do whatever I want.
Yes.
I'm building my home. I'm not abiding by the rules of a specific chain. It's my house. It's not a rent.
Exactly. Yeah, when you build project with a, you know, long-term vision, sustainable vision, it's really great to have this notion of governance and to also understand what you can build within your rules. So this is also why we did this choice.
All right, question of the week. What do you prefer and why? A layer 0 infrastructure, layer 1 protocol, or layer 2 scaling solution? Mention the specific project and tell us why, and you'll be eligible for a reward. Woo! Are there any other protocols that you like besides Ethereum and Cosmos in this situation?
I like almost all the Cosmos protocols, you know, so I can name a few, Key, Stargaze, like all the protocols that are building right now. I also like Polkadot because I think that the vision is really great. But for now, I'm following protocol of Cosmos, of course. Yes,
yeah. Stay with the family.
Exactly.
Stick with your friends.
Yeah.
So what is like Loom Network in one sentence? Can you tell us what you're doing? What is the problem you're trying to solve?
Yes.
And what are the next steps, which will be very exciting?
So Loom Network is the layer 1, and what we are building is tools, open source tools for brands to create trust and engagement with their consumers. When you read content online, you always ask this, maybe this is a fake review, maybe it's not a real consumer and so on. So what we do is that we verify that there was a purchase associated, and then the whole traceability of the content creation, moderation, publication is displayed, it's public on chain. So this is the first step. We already have worked on that with Keepers. And now, in a few weeks, we are launching the reward system, which is a decentralized reward system to recognize the value that people are creating when they produce content. So people can be consumers, but also influencers. And it's really great, you know, to measure the value of what they produce. So even if you put 1 star, you know, for a product, but you have a great insight, you help the brand, you help retailers understanding why, for example, this product or this shop has not a good quality. So it's really important to align people in the same objective. And the really great thing we are doing is that we reward people with crypto. So we don't hype the part that it is crypto. It's more like kind of the money of the system. It's a gamification way, but I'm really happy because we have the ability now to expose hundreds of millions of consumers to crypto, and you know, step by step, make them included in this new Web3 crypto world, NFT and so on. And we have a lot of projects with brands to keep going the engagement because we talk just about the review, but it's a whole cycle. It's a whole cycle about reviews and then loyalty, acquisition, referral, and so on. And the tools that are built right now with brands, we can build great things, and we are doing that.
That is super cool. So if somebody wants to engage with your ecosystem, like whether they want to verify, you know, content or comments, and provide you with reviews, like what are the best steps to start for a new person who's thinking, oh, I want to get rewarded for my work?
So right now what we do is that we work directly with the consumer of the brands. So we build the tools are open source. And with the LUM Foundation, which is a non-profit organization, we are building these tools for brands and third-party like Skippers. So actually, it's really simple for the consumer because it doesn't change anything of their regular, course of action, but they have the ability to create a wallet, start earning crypto, brands, NFT, and so on.
So they're already doing this, but now they're getting rewarded.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Intrinsic and extrinsic motivation.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So the next utility for the Loom token is going to be a staking rewards program. Is that correct? Or?
Yeah. You can already stake Loom, of course, on the chain. But yeah, the goal is to, regular people, consumers, they don't understand anything about, about staking. But step by step, with a good UX, with a good UI, you can take the people by the end and say, okay, you have a reward, you can do more about this reward. And and we have a great vision about that to include people in this world.
Fantastic. And what is the big picture for you, like the long-term vision? What is the perfect world seen from, the perspective of Sarah Diane?
I think at some point, brands will be able to collaborate on platform and have their own asset that can be tradable within each other. And I'm sure that in the field of loyalty, there are a lot of things to do linked also to, the current trend of NFT. So now there are a lot of projects that are disconnected, but with the technology we have built and, the interoperability mindset that we have, we are building tools to make things, linked and have a true ecosystem for brands to directly connect with their consumer. Because when you think how the data world is built right now, there is something that is wrong, even in loyalty programs and so on. And yeah, the goal is to build something that is really customer-centric, really easy, and give to the brand the ability to earn and really leverage the community they built.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's all about the community, right?
It's all about community.
I must say, Sarah Diane, thank you for being a representative of Paris, because we need the French ecosystem and scene to grow. Being a woman CEO, an inspiration to many others. Really happy to finally have you on the show.
And thank you, Alex. It has been always great working with you and always great to see you smile and see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, so you've had it here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and blast that bell notification to get access to more of these timeless interviews. Today, we had Sarah Diane, the CEO of Loom Network. See you again next week, 8 o'clock BST, premiere at a PC near you. See you next week.